What chamfer bit do I use in my cordless router? When I'm building any of my Paulk smart benches, or the router table, or the cradle, or the cart, the sawhorses, I use a chamfer bit on all of the edges. It gives a nice crisp edge to it that looks good and professional. It also takes away that 90-degree, which has a tendency to, when you're moving it around and using it, has a tendency to get kind of damaged. I also use the chamfer bit on all of the 20mm holes. Again, on all of the benches, on the Paulk Smart Crosscut, on the router tables, everywhere I drill a 20mm hole, I chamfer it. I chamfer it to allow me to use these TSO bench dogs. They have a beveled top. It's a 45-degree bevel. It's very small, but I want to be able to drop these in wherever I go. So I don't just pick a few holes, I do them all. It's a very quick operation with this battery router, and you've seen me do it many, many times. Well, the question I get time and time again is, what chamfer bit do you use? Well, it's simple. It's a standard 45-degree chamfer bit. This is a full-on chamfer bit. It will do a very large, I think, I haven't measured it, this one, but you know, it looks like it'd do a very, like a 3/4 inch chamfer. But when I chuck it into the router, only a small amount of it is sticking through the base. And what I'll do is I'll set it up, I'll take a piece of scrap and I'll cut a little bit and make sure that it's exactly what I want. There's not a real specific, I'm just sort of breaking the edge. And the Smart Connect dog is so well designed, it doesn't need much. Now, if you go a little bit bigger chamfer, it's gonna allow this to drop in further. I don't have an issue of needing it really to do that very much because I don't cut on the top of my benches. As you know, I use these sacrificial strips. So my saws and routers are well above where this is. But again, if you want to be sure that you're not going to cut these or damage these or your blade, you can set that chamfer bit to go just a little bit deeper. You don't want to go too deep though, because that's the amount of bite that it gets, and it is designed to work with the benches as I've designed them. To be clear, the chamfer bit also has this bearing on it. That's critical. You can get chamfer bits with no bearing, but then you'll need to use them in a router table or with some kind of jig. These will follow whatever you're doing. So when I go around the edge of the material, that bearing rides on, and the material itself guides where it's going to cut. And the same thing with cutting in the holes. It'll just follow that hole. So it goes really quick just to drop your router and make the cut. You don't even need to think about it. Just set it flat and make the cut. If you find these videos helpful, be sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe. And remember, when you subscribe, you need to ring that bell so you'll know when I put up a new video. And I'd really appreciate it if you would share this channel with at least one other person and help me grow my subscriber base. And if you'd like to support the channel so I can keep making these videos, you can obviously purchase our plans. In addition to that, if you go to our website, link in the description of this video down below, you can go to Ron's store there and you will find tools and materials that I curate. They're only tools and materials that I use. And if you use those affiliate links, they will share a little bit with us, won't charge you any extra, and it helps support these videos. Thanks for dropping into the Smart Wood Shop. You stay safe and have a great day.